And Rashawn Holmes switched on to Donovan Mitchell and guarded Donovan Mitchell for the last shot, which I thought was nice. That coach allowed him to do that. Felt comfortable with him doing that. And Rashawn Holmes is just a stud, let's be honest. But, point being is, though, we won that game, but just barely. We won it by 1 point. And that kind of concerns me because winning by 1 point isn't a lot. Now, I know a win's a win, and the Jazz are really good, and the Jazz destroyed us last time, so, like, a win against the Jazz is still impressive, considering that they destroyed us last time. But still, though, our team has a lot of flaws. They looked a little better against the Jazz, but they still look sloppy. They still look, Buddy Hield still turning the ball over. Buddy Hield has been our biggest contributing factor to staying competitive in these games we're getting blown out, but also he's been a momentum killer at times with either just like ISO bricks where he's like got the ball in hand one-on-one, he just misses a shot, or even stuff like excuse me, sorry I'm coughing, I know it's gross. Let me just put it on mute real quick. Okay, I'm better now. But he's been a momentum killer with his turnovers and with his bricks. Now, De'Aaron Fox, very, very aggressive in this game against the Jazz. Going to the basket, getting fouled, shooting the ball. Like, De'Aaron Fox was aggressive. De'Aaron Fox was playing like we need him to play. And, it's funny is I was actually thinking, like, man, I feel like the Kings, I feel like their cardio's bad. Like, 'cause I was thinking, why wouldn't they be running some of these games? And I thought to myself, maybe their cardio's off. Like, maybe they didn't get a chance to run. Not that it's an excuse. Like, I mean, it is an excuse, but I don't blame the Kings. I blame Luke Walton for that, if the coaching staff didn't have the players ready. And I just happened to see at the same time, I think Leo Bias tweeted about, he actually tweeted the same thing, that he thought the Kings weren't in shape coming into the season. I guess Luke Walton had said something that the team wasn't in shape into the season. And I didn't see any of this. I just been thinking about it. But I just happened to think the same thing as what Luke Walton said, which is true. Because I was thinking, why wouldn't they be running? Why wouldn't they be running the ball? Why wouldn't they be, going up and down the court? And I was thinking they must not have done much cardio. Because I remember what made me think of it, I remember when Dave Yeager coached his first season in SAC, he had Zach Randolph doing suicides, which, most of the time Zach Randolph is the veteran. He's kind of a big guy. Probably some coaches would be like, no, don't worry about it. just be the veteran presence. But he had Zach Randolph working and running. And I haven't seen anything from that in the Kings in the offseason. I didn't see anything about that. And that's something that I got to thinking. I remember Dave Yeager was super, super worried about their cardio. I remember Dave Yeager said, we want to make sure we can have really good cardio. We can run up and down the court, steal wins early in the season. This was last year, because we know eventually the league's going to catch up. So we need to steal wins at the beginning of the season so we can stay competitive come playoff time. We can get into the playoffs. That was Dave Yeager's thoughts last year. And, I remember thinking, damn, I didn't hear Luke Walton talk anything about that. And he didn't. And they didn't run, apparently. And apparently Luke Walton was saying the trip to India was why they didn't get their training camps the way they wanted it. Which, on one hand, to me, that seems like a bit of an excuse. But on the other hand, if that is the truth, and that really is why they came out sluggish, which the Pacers have also come out sluggish, and they went to India, Vivek's got to, do something about it. Like, Vivek, I don't know. I got a cough. Vivek, do something about it, man. I know you want the team to grow in India, and you want, India to be the next China in terms of basketball overseas. But you can't afford for the Kings to go 3-7 at the beginning of every season because their training camp was non-existent because we had to go to India. As much as I understand what it means to Vivek, I understand it. Don't explain it to me. But this has got to change. If this is the reason, we can't be doing this anymore. Sorry. India can, we'll do how about this? Well, no. I was going to say during the All-Star break, send the Kings and somewhere else and some other team to India to go do a game. But that wouldn't work because the players want their break. I don't know when you would do it. Maybe at the end of the season, send a couple teams that didn't make the playoffs over there for a little tournament or something. I don't know. But like starting off your season like this is not viable for any team in the NBA. And it's terrible. So that's my little rant on that. But in terms of the game, like I said, De'Aaron Fox, super aggressive. Buddy Hield throwing up a lot of bricks. I'm looking for Buddy Hield to go off tonight in MSG. Bogdanovic, stud this game against the Jazz, though. He played really well. Lots of ball in hand stuff, lots of ISO basketball, which I'm fine with. And Luke Walton even had a quote. He said something along the lines of, he wants De'Aaron Fox to kind of do a lot of ISO stuff in crunch time because he wants De'Aaron Fox to get used to being the guy that has to take the game over and create in crunch time, which I like that in a sense, but in another sense, it seems like that could just be a cop-out for, like, not having an offense to run, you know what I mean? Like, you could say, oh, well, I meant to do that, we were trying to get De'Aaron Fox, blah, blah, blah. So, it's kind of, makes me feel a little weird, like, I don't know if I can trust Luke Walton yet. Like, I haven't gotten the trust from Luke yet to where I trust him when he says something like that. What did he say? He said something, too, along the lines of, what was it? Luke Walton. I don't remember. It was something to do with, like, it was the timeouts. He said, because they ran out of timeouts in this Jazz game. And he said something along the lines of, like, I was trying to call a timeout every time the Jazz got momentum to stop their momentum. Which, again, it's like, okay, sure, you were trying to stop the Jazz momentum. But on the other hand, it's like, is that really what you were doing, or did you just call too many timeouts? And we were out of timeouts with like 6 minutes left. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't have the, it's funny, I don't even know why I'm coughing right now, but as soon as I go on the live, but it's like, is that really why we ran out of timeouts? Or is that just your excuse? I was just trying to stop the Jazz. That's why we ran out of timeouts with 6 minutes left. Because most coaches don't run out of timeouts with 6 minutes left. You know who's famous for running out of timeouts? Andy Reid, coach of the Chiefs, former coach of the Eagles. That dude uses all of his timeouts in football games. It's kind of crazy. But that's besides the point. This isn't football. This is basketball. But it's like, if Dave Yeager said something like that, I'd trust him. I'd be like, okay. And I'm not trying to sit here and like beg for Dave Yeager back, but all I'm saying is, like, I don't have that trust in Luke Walton. Luke Walton hasn't proved to me I have to trust Luke Walton when he says those kinds of things. And maybe they won the Jazz game because Luke Walton kept calling timeouts whenever they got momentum. So maybe I should trust him. But I don't know. It's just, if we lose to the Knicks tonight, I think it's going to be hell. All over Twitter. All over everything. It's going to be bad. If we lose the Knicks tonight, it's going to be awful. But I don't think we will. I have hope. We have enough talent to probably blow them out of the water, to be quite frank with you, and I think we should. But you never know. RJ Barrett might score 40 tonight, for all we know. But Buddy really needs to... Honestly, Buddy needs more plays ran for him, to be honest. And that's a Luke Walton thing. And, at some point, it's got to happen. At some point, we have to see some type of offense. Because, like, a couple games ago, I think De'Aaron Fox, or Buddy Hield, was the ball handler in a pick and roll. And then instead of shooting it or passing it to the roll man, he passed in the corner to Bielitsa, and it was like, oh my God, it was kind of like some sort of play. That was, like, amazing. And it's, like, really simple stuff is blowing my mind because that's how bad the Kings have been this year on offense. So, I need to see some passing, some ball movement, some basketball IQ. I need to see Buddy Hield stop the turnovers, stop the bricks. Bogdan, stop shooting bricks. De'Aaron Fox, stay aggressive. Bielitsa, make your threes. Harrison Barnes, be aggressive to the basket. Make your threes. Defend the best guy. Rashawn Holmes, change nothing. You've been great. Dwayne Dedmon, hit your threes, please. And by the way, while we're here, I want to look at how many threes has Dwayne Dedmon hit this year. I gotta look at this because it can't be many. Where's he at? I just spelled that all wrong. Deadman. I'm honestly scared to look. Totals. 1920 season. He's shooting 3 of 17. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. He's 3 of 17 from 3. I don't even remember him making one, and he's made 3. And I've watched every game. I honestly, maybe I just missed it. I don't remember him making a 3-pointer. I don't remember seeing one of those 3. And look, in the past, he shot 50 of 141, 35%, 83 of 217. That's not bad. That last season, that last season right there in the Hawks, that's not bad. 38%. You know, and I don't know, man. He's got to make his threes, and I would assume he's not going to be this bad all season. You know, 17% when his average is 38%. But at the same time, he hasn't shown that he's going to be any better. And if Richaun Holmes is going to be taking his minutes, is that going to keep him from getting in a stroke, in like a shooting stroke? Getting in, you know, is he just going to be like terrible forever? I don't know. It's yet to be seen, but they got their work cut out for him. I mean, Mitchell Robinson is a beast down low. Tonight, I'm doing a little preview for tonight's game now. RJ Barrett can fill the bucket up. I'm going to be honest with you, I do have League Pass, but I haven't watched the Knicks games yet, so I don't know what we're dealing with RJ Barrett. Ntilikina, he's pretty good defensively from what I remember from last year, so hopefully he's not locking down De'Aaron. I think De'Aaron's too quick for him, though. Mitchell Robinson is a beast down low with the block, so we got to be careful with that. But Richaun Holmes is a beast, too. It'll be nice to watch, you know, battle of the beast between Richaun Holmes and Mitchell Robinson. And then, let's see. Let's actually go ahead and look at the Knicks roster. Why not? Do a little preview of tonight's game since I don't have much to say about the Jazz game. Although it was our first win, so I am happy about that. New York Knicks. The New York Knickerbockers. Okay, where are they at? Frank Ntilikina, Dennis Smith Jr. That should be an interesting battle. Dennis Smith versus De'Aaron Fox. Although, from what I remember, I went to one of those Mavericks games with Dennis Smith. And from what I remember, De'Aaron Fox pretty much owned Dennis Smith in every facet of the game. Kevin Knox, you know, he should be handled by Harrison Barnes, I'd say. RJ Barrett, between Bogdan and Buddy, they should be able to guard him to a certain extent. Julius Randle, it seems like a guy that's going to go 30 points, 15 rebounds on us. Bobby Portis, he can shoot a little bit. I could see Bobby Portis hitting some threes that we leave him open because they don't think he'll make them. Marcus Morris can shoot. I mean, but really, this team is not that great. They should be taking the L out here to the Kings. And if they don't, it'll be disgusting. But we'll see what happens. Richaun Holmes definitely needs to be in the starting lineup tonight. I'm sure he will be. I don't think Dwayne Dedmon will sniff the starting lineup again. I think Holmes should be starting all the way till what? When Bagley comes back, and then who knows what's going to happen. Maybe when Bagley comes back, you go Fox, Buddy. I don't know. Fox, Buddy, Harrison Barnes, Bielitsa. Bagley at center maybe, because it's been proven already that Richaun Holmes is playing good at center, and Richaun Holmes, obviously he's a pretty big dude, but how big is Richaun Holmes really though? He's 6'10", 240. How big is Bagley? Bag key. I take my caps lock off. Oh, we got Tanvir Singh. Let's see if we can get the same energy today like we did against the Jazz. 100%, man. We'll see what happens. And you know what? While we're here, I'm going to do a little on-the-fly editing to my stream. Chat box. Add source. Done. Boom, let's put you right here. Hey, Tanvir, say something again for me in the chat. Just put more emojis or something. Anything. Try out the chat box. I've been meaning to do a chat box. Maybe I'll just put something. Go Kings. Boom, there we go. Chat box. Got the chat up right now. Oh no, what did I just do? Let me go ahead and actually fix that real quick. Oh, and Tanvir Singh hit us with the follow too. Thank you. Appreciate it. I didn't even hear the alert go off. I appreciate the follow, my man. Chat box. I could just go ahead and change this. You know, when I'm not in the middle of a stream, but I want to go ahead and whatever you guys are saying, I want to go ahead and put it on the screen. So, go Kings. Boom. It's a little big. Let's lower that a little bit. Let's go to 32. You know what, man? Kings fan. Appreciate it. All right. So we now have the chat box right there. So guys on YouTube watching, this will be going up soon on YouTube. If you come hang out with us, your chat will be on the screen and we can talk to you. You can talk to us. That's what this is all about, man. This Twitch streaming is a lot of fun. I love doing it. It's just so much fun to interact with you guys. So if you guys on YouTube have not subscribed to the Sactone Breakdown, go subscribe to the or follow the Sactone Breakdown on Twitch, and then follow me on Twitch as well, Tap2K43. Trying to get to 50 followers on Twitch, so Tap2K43. Go search me up. Go hit the follow button. But Marvin Bagley, 6'11", 240. So Marvin Bagley is an inch taller than Rashawn Holmes, although it seems like Rashawn Holmes is thicker. He's really not, and they're the same size basically. So that means, and Bagley's obviously more talented, more bounce, even more than Rashawn Holmes, which is crazy. So you could really play Bagley at the 5. I think Rashawn Holmes playing at the 5 proves that Bagley at the 5 would work. That's my point. And I'm glad you reminded me about Giles, Tanvir, because I'm about to talk about that. That's what I'm closed out with. So let me close that out real quick, though. I think Bagley working at the 5, or Holmes working at the 5, proves that Bagley can work at the 5. And I think when you bring him back, you should definitely think about going De'Aaron, Buddy, Bogdan, Barnes, Bagley, or De'Aaron, Buddy, Barnes, Bielitsa, Bagley. I think the Bagley, Holmes, or Bagley, Dedmon, I don't think you can have both those guys on the court at the same time. I mean, maybe in spurts. But even like a team like today. Like today we're playing a team with a bunch of power forwards. Marcus Morris, Taj Gibson, Bobby Portis, Mitchell Robinson. Maybe then you go with like a Bagley, Holmes, or a Holmes Dedmon lineup, just because if they're going to have big men on the court, you got to too. But for the most part, I don't think we should be going those two big men. I think for the foreseeable future, Bielitsa should be your power forward, or Barnes. And I think Bogdan needs to have some games where he starts, me personally. But Corey Joseph hasn't exactly been a dominant force off the bench, so you kind of need Bogdan off the bench at that point. But here we go. Let's talk about Giles real quick to end it. Harry Giles, they declined his contract. From what I read, and let me look this up while I'm talking. From what I read, I saw somebody say on Twitter that this means now that they can't match a contract over $4 million next year. So hypothetically, say he plays well and some team offers him $8 million a year, we can't match that. So it almost seems to me like it's like we're betting on Giles to play good enough to want to keep him next year and re-sign him, but not too good to where he's going to be worth a lot of money. Because his contract was $4 million. Let me see if I can find it right here. Okay, let's go. I'll put it on the stream right now so you guys can see it. Display capture. Boom. Instead, the Kings' decision to decline the option means Harry Giles will be an unrestricted free agent at the end of the season. Under CBA rules, the Kings will not be allowed to offer him a contract greater than what he would have received if the team exercised the fourth-year option. So the max the Kings can offer Giles if they want to retain his services is a $3.9 million deal. But they lost the safety net of restricted free agency to negotiate with. Harry Giles doesn't need to return to the Kings if Harry Giles doesn't want to return to the Kings. They don't control his destiny anymore. So to me, it's like we're counting on him to show us enough to want to re-sign him, but we don't want to give him that much. So we're counting on him to like, oh, just play a little bit. He'll be all right. he'll show us something, but nobody else will want to take a chance on him still. So we'll be able to get him under $4 million. I think that's dumb. I mean, at one point, yeah, it's like, how do I put this? Like, yeah, you could make the argument that if Harry Giles was a healthy center, a different backup power forward, a different backup center that's healthy and he was good, that, you know, and since Bagley went out, we really need him and he's failing us because he's hurt. So you could say, yeah, like Giles, like we're sick of him. I get that point of view. Like we're sick of him being injured all the time. So goodbye, like done. But on the other end, he is talented and it's going to take time. But I just worry that maybe there's an injury with Giles that we don't know about right now. And maybe he's going to require another surgery. Imagine that, a healthy Giles. Damn, exactly, yeah. I just worry that maybe he's going to need another surgery. That's why they declined it. We just don't know it yet. I don't think so. It's not I know any inside sources. I just hope that's not the case. And I hope that Giles can come back and he can get buckets. But it's looking like the Kings may have punted on him. It depends. Now, if nobody else wants to take a chance on him, then it is what it is. But teams have traded for Skal Labissiere. You know, we traded Skal to the Trailblazers for the Kings, or for Caleb Swanigan, and I definitely feel like Skal has more potential than Caleb Swanigan, which means the Trailblazers probably wanted him for that reason. And Giles has far more potential than Skal did. So I think teams would definitely take a chance on him and sign him, which would be unfortunate for us if we lost him. But I don't know. There's got to be, my whole thing is there's got to be a reason behind why we did that. I don't think it's just that we quit. I think he has an injury or something. Something just doesn't sit right with me. And we won't find out probably for a while. And I could be wrong. But I don't know. What are your thoughts, Tanveer Singh? Before we go, I want to know Tanveer Singh's thoughts on the Harry Giles situation. Do we waste a pick on him? Maybe. You know, that's been a Vlade thing throughout the years of drafting people that never have a chance. Like Papa Giannis, you know, stuff like that. Who else did we draft that never had a chance? I mean, really, you can make the argument Stauskas never had a chance and Jimmer never had a chance. I mean, Jimmer had a chance, but he blew it. He couldn't make shots when it mattered. You can make the argument that there have been people that have had chances. I'd say, hey, don't worry about it then, Tanveer. Don't worry about it. I mean, I was just curious. Like, you asked me. I thought maybe you had an opinion on it. But don't worry about it. I mean, yeah, it is a confusing situation. Like, I'm sitting here. I don't really know what to say about Harry Giles. I don't know what to say about Harry Giles. I don't. I mean, it's like, is he injured? Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea what to think. I just hope that we can have him next year. That's all I hope. Tanveer Singh. After the Kings-Knicks game tonight, I will be doing another breakdown where I'm actually going to have notes with me. I'm actually going to be able to break the game down in a couple hours. I want you to think about it. If you want to jump in the stream later, jump in the stream. Tell me your thoughts on Harry Giles. I'll give you some time to think about it. I'll be right here on the same channel reviewing the game. Just 3, 4, 5, 5:36-ish probably. Maybe a little later depending on if I'm eating dinner on that time. I don't know. But yeah, guys, that's the breakdown for the Jazz game. Didn't talk about the Jazz game much, but we got our win. As far as I'm concerned, it was still a pathetic win. It was still something that isn't really, you know, shouldn't be really celebrated. Even though it's a win, it was a pathetic win. We barely won. And we need to show some heart, some aggression, and we need to show the ability to actually blow out a team here and there. And tonight, I think that starts with the Knicks. So, guys, everybody on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Tanveer Singh in the chat, thank you so much for hanging out with me and chatting with me. I appreciate it. I want to thank everybody so much that's been supporting the channel. And I love you guys a lot, and this means a lot to me that you guys want to watch me talk about the Kings and basketball. Skip appreciates it too. Thank you guys so much. Follow my Twitch at Tap2K43 or twitch.tv/Tap2K43. I'm almost at 50 followers. If you guys can help me out, it'd be great. And thank you guys for all following the Twitch here. Thank you to our sponsors, Taboo Ohana and Computer Booter. I will see you guys in a few hours for the Knicks breakdown. Talk to you the next one. Love you guys.